Okay, this video is called Daily Routine for Maximum Productivity and Fitness. So this is basically what I do on my day off, okay? And anybody who knows me, I'm sort of like incredibly productive. You know, I've written all these books, and it's like, how could somebody like me who works full-time still write all these books, okay? And I'm going to explain you the secret of being really productive. I would say rule number one is make a decision. What do I want to do with my life? What are my goals? Because a lot of people they're distracted. They're all over the place, and you can't achieve much of anything unless you're focused on a very narrow set of goals. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a typical routine on a day off. I'll wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll drink about 8 ounces of water to be hydrated, reverse osmosis water. I turn the lights on really bright to set my circadian rhythm as soon as I wake up. Really bright lights. So my brain knows now it is daytime. Okay, I'll walk around a little bit and say, what is my plan for today? Okay, today I'm going to write a book chapter on such and such a subject. All right. I actually go to the computer and I post a couple YouTube videos typically. Often in the morning I'll post like a rerun or something because before going to work I don't got time. Just some reruns, have something there. It's almost like running a TV station, you know. Then I'll start working on the book chapter on my days off. And the most important thing is get in your chair and start working on your academic stuff. No coffee, no workout, nothing. Get to work. That's the most important thing because once you get going, you get into it. You get in the flow and you just crank out a lot of work. I often have tons of old notes. I got all these notes that I take from whenever something interesting happens to me in the daytime, I learn something, I take a note. I see an interesting case, I read about the case, I take the notes on what I saw. I talk to one of my doctor buddies, I talk to doctor buddies every day, and they'll often say something good or interesting, makes me think of a new idea. I go, hey, that's good. I'll write that down on a piece of paper to myself, or I'll say to myself, make a video about this tonight, add this to your book chapter, whatever it is. But I go through tons of those notes, and I have tons of them. I'm always taking notes on anything interesting that happens. This is just notes from a couple days. When I'm in the car, I'm listening to some audiobook. I'll take notes on whatever's interesting. I'm reading a book in the bathroom. I'll watch a video in the daytime. That'll give me an idea. So I keep all those notes. So I call this is very good knowledge capture. That's one of the things that I'm really good at is capturing knowledge. I've done this ever since I was a young guy in residency. Actually, as a medical student, I'd always carry around a note card or some notes, and as soon as something interesting happened, I would write it down. And I used to get mocked like in medical school and residency. No one else would take notes because they think you look nerdy, like you're trying to hide. I'm like, why the hell am I here? I'm here because I want to learn. So I would always take notes, and it was a very valuable thing to do. So something comes by me, boom, I got it. And then I take it home, I have my notes, I go over my notes, and I'll put it into some text document. This is diabetes, hypertension, atherosclerosis, or physical fitness, whatever the topic is. So I got lots of information accumulated over the years on different topics. I go through my notes as I'm writing the book chapter. I often transpose stuff from one of my previous videos as part of a book chapter. And I'm usually cranking and enjoying it until about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes not till 3 o'clock, I start to burn out. Your brain just kind of gets overloaded. You're starting to space a little bit. So then it's time to exercise. If it's sun out, I'll go get sunshine. I'll walk around in the sun and read. But if it's not that sunny, I'll just go to the health club and I'll walk on a treadmill like 5 to 7 miles, typically for 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours, and I'll read. I find that I can often read an entire nonfiction book cover to cover because they're usually really a 50-page essay with a bunch of fluff. If it's a fiction book like a novel, of course, it's going to take multiple sessions. They take a lot longer. But anyways, the point is you get 3 for the price of 1. You get your exercise from the treadmill. You get to sleep better because you exercise, and you get a lot of reading done. I read tons of books that way. I'll also lift weights, curls for the girls, pull downs, all that other stuff. That also helps me sleep better. Plus, I want to maintain some fitness and some strength. That's also part of healthy aging. Then after I get back, usually that sort of late afternoon time is a good time to answer emails or to, I often get phone calls from friends. Can you talk to my friend? My friend's having a problem. So I often help people with that sort of thing. Then I'll have a list of, make video, like here's like a typical note. Make Greek art video, make Aristotle video, make Plato video. Okay, then so when I come home, I'll crank those videos out real fast. Then it's dinner time. As soon as I'm done with the videos, I shut off all the bright lights, shut off all the overhead lights. I just have a little low watt lamp on the ground. I'll wear my blue blocker glasses, decrease blue light, so I'll be able to sleep better. My wife will cook dinner for me. I'll have dinner together with the wife, and we'll talk a little bit, argue a little bit. She'll boss me around and nag me about a few things. Then what happens next? We'll often watch a video together or something. I'll try not to look at my phone again after that time. I don't look at my phone because I want to avoid the bright light. If there's nothing good on the computer, I don't find a good video pretty quick. I'll just turn the computer off because I don't want to be staring at that blue light at night. Then I go to sleep. I try to go to sleep at the same time every night if possible. If I wake up at night to avoid, I always wake up at least once. I will not look at the clock. I used to look at the clock, but I learned from that guy, Matthew Walker, don't look at the clock, and it's better to not look at the clock. But anyways, that's the secret, and I think the whole key point of it, like the most important point of it, is I don't do much. And by that I mean that's my focus. This for me is like a perfect day. Some days stink. You got to do a bunch of stuff you don't want to do. You got to go, run some errands, go to the store, do something for a family member, go somewhere you don't want to go. Sometimes you got to do those things. But in a perfect world, when I got a day off, I can just have the day, my time to myself. This is what I do. And I think that's the secret of being productive, is that you got like blinders on. No, I'm not going to be distracted. No, I'm not going to talk to anybody on the phone in the morning or do anything else. I'm just going to work on the project. Anyways, that's the secret, because people wonder, because everybody I talk to says they don't have time to read. Oh, BS. You listen to a book in the car, you have a reading table in the bathroom, you read when you're on a treadmill, and while you're eating dinner, you could read or watch an educational video. So it's very easy to read 3-4 books a week if you do that. And you need that reading material, because that's what activates your brain to have ideas to then write on your own or to make videos on your own. Okay, that's why I have unlimited content, because I'm always writing or reading something. So anyways, I hope you found that helpful.